constitutional gun laws here in the state of Colorado.
Right now on Denver 7 News at 8 a.m., why a judge blocked local gun laws that supporters say increase safety.
The town of Superior, like many other cities and towns across America and definitely across Colorado, just want to pass common sense laws.
The suspect at the center of a Lodo police shooting is set for his first day in court. The district attorney will also be investigating the officers who fired at him, injuring innocent bystanders.
The judgment that an officer has to make in a split second, which could be the difference between life and death.
Also raising rates once again to help control inflation. What we expect to hear from the Federal Reserve's two-day meeting, which starts today.
First, though, let's take a look outside from our mile-high camera. It is clear. A nice sunny start to the day, but rain is sneaking back into the forecast later on, Lisa.
It's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's nice that we're coming off of some really hot weather to a nice cool down, close to normal this afternoon. We're going to be in the low 70s here through early morning. A beautiful shot here from City Park. We have winds out of the north right now at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Low 70s in Centennial, Commerce City, Thornton. As you get up into the mountains, some 50s and 60s early this morning. Take a look at our warm up. We're likely going to be at about 80 degrees near 11 o'clock. So as we get close to the lunchtime hour, some pretty good patio weather. Still dry by that point. It'll be more so near 2 o'clock that we'll start to see some thunderstorms developing. Anywhere from 87 to near 90 from Denver north to Fort Collins and close to Greeley. Still pretty warm down to the southeast, but a nice change for us. It's going to get quite a bit cooler by Thursday and Friday. We'll take a look at that and, well, what kind of gear you might need if you've got any plans Thursday, Friday.
And right now, the gear you'll need to get around the drive is an alternate route, especially up to the north side. Southbound I-25, unfortunately, we have this crash on the southbound side, basically between Berthoud, just after Berthoud and Meade. So this traffic jam, it's not quite 90 minutes. It's just it can't register all the traffic because of the construction zone. When you take a look at the drive there in the construction zone, you see that southbound side is barely moving. So it's going to feel like it's 90 minutes, even though it's closer to about 45. But you can use the side roads, you can use the county roads to get down to Berthoud, or you even get down farther south, down towards Meade, and save yourself a whole bunch of time. Take a look at the drive times here in and out of downtown Denver. Not too bad for us on 270, I-70. The other problem spot has been over here to the west side, where we had some debris right there near Morrison Road. Take a look from the camera over there, and I haven't seen any of the debris here lingering, and I've been watching for the cars moving around, and they would be shifting around. That was a bad merge. And so I have still that slow traffic. You can see from the drive time still much heavier than normal trying to get up to I-70.
Well, this morning, the man Denver police say flashed a gun at them, prompting a shooting that hurt bystanders, will be in court. The shooting was met with public outcry, especially once police revealed that Jordan Wadi did not fire a shot. 6 bystanders were either shot by police or injured by shrapnel. Wadi is facing charges of assault and having a weapon by a previous offender. He was on parole at the time. He will appear in court at 9:30 today, and Denver 7 will be there.
Denver's district attorney is also in the process of investigating the officers who fired at Wadi. I sat down with DA Beth McCann. She told me that she can't talk about a pending case, but I wanted to know how she investigates any officer-involved shooting and how she decides if it's justified or not. She told me she starts with going to the scene. She or an assistant DA will look at the lighting at the time of the shooting, where officers, suspects, and victims were standing at the time. The physical evidence, of course. She can also suggest questions for investigators to ask the officers, and then they listen to those interviews. But I also asked her about the importance of body camera video, because that's something we see a lot more these days.
The public thinks they know it all now and everything that's happened. How much comes down to that body camera video?
The body camera is typically very, very helpful. Sometimes not at all, because they wear it on their chest, and if they have their guns out, sometimes you can't see anything. You can hear, but in some cases, the body camera is very, very helpful because you can see lots of things. Often, though, it's dark, it's jumbled, there's a lot going on, and it depends, again, on the individual case. If you get a good, I mean, we've had them where you can literally see the gun coming out, and the police can slow down. They can slow the frames down, so you can get a much clearer sense of what the officer was seeing.
Now, since she has been Denver's district attorney 5.5 years now, McCann has never charged any officer in a shooting, but she told me she has charged officers with assault and other nonviolent crimes. In the case of officer-involved shootings, when the investigation is finished, she always holds a public meeting to explain why she's not charging the officers, and one of those is happening tonight at 5 p.m. McCann will be talking about the investigation into the shooting death of Colton Wagner last summer. Denver police say he turned a gun on officers at a park, and the officers shot him and killed him. He died. McCann said the officers followed their training and stopped a bad situation from becoming worse. You can learn more about the case and get the link to Denver's DA meeting tonight. Just click on News on the Denver DA website.
Community members are protesting the Lodo police shooting. They say they want more civilian police accountability, but Denver already has a council for that. It's called the Citizen Oversight Board.
An oversight and consultative group for the city's Office of the Independent Monitor, whose job it is to evaluate the effectiveness and oversee the public safety departments, particularly where it comes to officer-involved shootings, disciplinary matters, and other matters of public concern.
The board's chair was expecting to get their first briefing on the Lodo shooting yesterday, but it's still more than a week after the incident. The board has virtual public meetings on the first and third Fridays of each month, so their next meeting is August 5th. Meanwhile, we're pushing for more answers into the deadly police shooting in Inglewood that was breaking news yesterday morning. Officers said they shot and killed a man who shot at them first and then hours later announced the arrest of another man. Denver 7's Christian Lopez has a look at what we know and what we don't know right now.
We have asked police several questions to clarify exactly what happened, but we still have not gotten an answer from them. We know they were responding to a disturbance among family members. This was at a home along West Bellevue and South Grove Street. When they got there, officers say someone in the home started shooting at them. That's when police shot and killed the 22-year-old. No officers were injured. Police announced they arrested 29-year-old Philip Blankenship for his role in shooting at police officers. He is being charged with criminal attempt first-degree murder. We've been pushing for answers to see if the 22-year-old who was killed actually shot at officers, or if it was the 29-year-old who was arrested, or both. Police would not give us any additional information because the investigation is still ongoing. Reporting this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
There's a search this morning for 3 suspects in a deadly shooting in Commerce City. It happened just after 2 a.m. Monday morning outside a home near 54th and Layden. Police say a group of 3 men confronted 2 other men before shooting one of them. He died at the hospital. Police nearby, or people nearby, said violence on their street is rare.
I got really scared because literally it's on my neighborhood.
Quiet, very quiet. Everyone stays in their space. It's peaceful. Never any action, so something like this really stands out.
Police say after the shooting, the suspect stole the victim's pickup truck. It's a maroon 2003 Chevy Silverado with an extended cab and lift kit. It has Colorado license plate APH T32. If you have any information on what happened or if you see that pickup truck, call police. Some new gun laws in Superior cannot go into effect at least for 2 weeks. A judge temporarily blocked a ban on assault weapons and large capacity magazines, as well as the possession of illegal weapons. The judge did not block the ordinance that bans open carry. The decision, though, comes after the Rocky Mountain gun owners sued the town of Superior on constitutional grounds over these ordinances. The group says this is just the beginning. However, others say the action could impact safety in our state.
We're actually really confident. We're looking at other cities that have implemented this as well to put that same order on them until we can get a decision.
Whatever it is going to take, my party, and as long as I'm in the legislature, we are going to continue to investigate and explore ways to keep people safe.
The next hearing on the lawsuit is August 4th.
Also in Superior, the town board is moving forward with changes to building codes for the Sagamore neighborhood. All 171 homes in that subdivision were lost in the Marshall fire nearly 7 months ago. The new standards do not apply to fire victims, only to new residents. They focus on non-combustible building materials and other construction practices to reduce the wildfire risk.
Up next, forever chemicals are found in Thornton's water supply. What you need to know about the drinking water.
And Russia says it is now going to quit the International Space Station. What it will focus on instead.